Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled, What If Micah Parsons Was Drafted by the Lions? Imagine a world where the Detroit Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions, become the NFC's ultimate chaos engine, powered by the most terrifying pass rusher of our generation. Today, we're diving into the ultimate NFL what if. What if Micah Parsons was drafted by the Lions instead of the Cowboys? Buckle up, because this one rewrites playoff history, creates heartbreak for Philly and Buffalo, and even delivers the Lions their first ever Lombardi trophy. First, let's rewind to the 2021 NFL Draft. At pick number 7, the Detroit Lions are on the clock. In real life, they chose offensive tackle Penei Sewell, and the Cowboys later grabbed Parsons at 12. But in this timeline, Detroit flips the script. They grab Parsons, making him the face of the Lions rebuild. No Cowboy star, no anchor for Dallas's defense. Instead, it's the Lions unleashing chaos. That single move doesn't change just one career. It reshapes the NFL landscape for the next decade plus. Top 10 ripple effects of this in chronological order. Number 1, 2021 Cowboys collapse. Without Parsons, Dallas never builds that top-tier defense. The Cowboys go 9-8, miss the playoffs, and Mike McCarthy's seat is hotter than Texas asphalt in July. Trayvon Diggs, without Parsons' constant pressure, looks far more ordinary, and Dallas' so-called resurgence evaporates before it even begins. Number 2, rookie Micah Parsons turns Detroit into a menace, 2021. In year 1, Parsons still wins Defensive Rookie of the Year with 12 sacks. Only this time, he's terrorizing NFC North quarterbacks. Detroit wins 2 extra games just from his strip sacks. Lions fans start whispering that this isn't just another rebuild. This feels like a true franchise reboot. Number 3, Lions snap the playoff curse early, 2022. Instead of waiting until 2023, the Lions sneak in as the 7th seed in 2022. They beat the Vikings in the wild card and win their first playoff game since 1991. Detroit is suddenly on the NFL's radar, and Dan Campbell goes from quirky soundbite machine to legitimate Coach of the Year candidate. Number 4, 2023 NFC title game shakeup. With Parsons putting up 21 sacks and winning Defensive Player of the Year, Detroit reaches the NFC Championship game only to lose to the Eagles. Still, the Lions are no longer a punchline. They're a team everyone has to game plan for. Parsons becomes the new face of defensive dominance, drawing Lawrence Taylor comparisons on primetime. Number 5, the first Lions Super Bowl. Detroit shocks the NFL by reaching the Super Bowl. They lose the thriller to the Chiefs, but the unthinkable happens. The Detroit Lions make it to the Super Bowl. Mahomes praises Parsons as the best defender he's faced, and suddenly, Detroit is seen as a true championship window team. Number 6, Detroit's first Lombardi. 2025 is the payoff. Parsons wins another Defensive Player of the Year, the Lions win the Super Bowl over the Bills, and Parsons is crowned Super Bowl MVP. The Motor City celebrates like never before in Buffalo, while they add another painful chapter to their almost dynasty history. Number 7, Philly versus Detroit rivalry, 2026 to 2028. The NFC becomes a blood feud. Parsons and the Lions square off against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in 3 straight conference championships. Philly gets 2, Detroit gets 1, and the rivalry becomes the defining storyline in the late 2020s. It's the NFC's version of Brady versus Manning. Number 8, Cowboys lost decade. Meanwhile in Dallas, no Parsons means no elite defense. They make a couple wild cards, but Dak and CD can't carry it alone. By the end of the decade, the Cowboys are seen as a relic of the past, a franchise that let its golden opportunity slip right through its fingers. Number 9, Burrow and the Bengals break through 2029. With Detroit banged up, Joe Burrow finally gets his ring in 2029. Cincinnati celebrates like it's Mardi Gras and the curse of the Queen City is over. Lions fans, meanwhile, wonder if their championship window is starting to close as Parsons enters his 30s. Number 10, Parsons Farewell Tour, 2033. Micah Parsons retires in 2033 after 13 seasons, 165 sacks, 2 Defensive Player of the Years, and 1 glorious Lombardi trophy. He leaves as the greatest Lion of all time. Yes, even ahead of Barry and Megatron, because he delivered the ring. His farewell sack in the playoff against the 49ers becomes the NFL Films clip that plays on repeat every Hall of Fame weekend. Now on to winners and losers in this universe. Winners, Detroit Lions fans, they finally get their long-awaited championship and multiple Super Bowl appearances. Dan Campbell goes from kneecap biter meme to Super Bowl winning coach, Patrick Mahomes. His dynasty looks even better with Detroit as his foil. NFL marketing department. Mahomes versus Parsons becomes the league's Brady versus Ray Lewis rivalry. Now onto some losers, such as the Dallas Cowboys. No defensive identity, no playoff runs, wasted decade. Buffalo Bills. They lose 2 Super Bowls to the Lions, adding even more heartbreak to their legacy. Philadelphia Eagles. Their NFC dominance is constantly tested by Parsons' chaos. Mike McCarthy. Fired earlier, remembered mostly for clock management memes. So where does this leave Parsons in the history books? His resume is airtight. 165 career sacks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, Super Bowl rings, Super Bowl MVP, and the title of the greatest line ever. He doesn't just make Canton. He waltzes in as a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2040, and in Detroit, his number 11 jersey hangs forever, right next to the memories of the day he delivered the city its first Lombardi. So what did we learn? One draft pick can flip the script on the entire NFL. Instead of Dallas's defensive renaissance, we got the Detroit Lions breaking curses, Philly versus Detroit title games, and the Cowboys sinking even further into irrelevance. And at the heart of it all was Micah Parsons, the chaos engine who redefined Lions football. If you enjoyed this trip down the NFL multiverse, hit that like button, subscribe to Off the Timeline, and let me know in the comments which team drafting Parsons would have created the wildest what if of all. Until next time, stay chaotic.